and to
I'm
tell
interviewing him
ICE
next.
to get the F out of his city, and AOC to stand up before she had any of the facts and call this officer a murderer.
So what leads to these politicians? How is it that people who fundamentally hate America, even those who are first-generation immigrants like Ilhan Omar, how do they end up in such positions of power? Well, they do it because the media is just another arm of the Democrat Party. So you have sort of terrible people as politicians, and then a terrible layer of people in the mainstream media. And then I guess it's no surprise how we end up in this situation. Let's stick with the politician version of it for just a moment. Jacob Frey, this guy who is the worst sort of pandering progressive putt, there's one for you, that you can possibly imagine. Here he is doubling down on his statement calling for ICE to get the F out of Minneapolis.
Stand by your statements to telling ICE.
Yeah, they stand by their statements. Do you stand by your statements? Yes. I stand by my statements. We stand by our statements. This notion of inflammatory comments, I mean, come on, guys. I dropped an F-bomb. They killed somebody. Which one of those is more inflammatory? I'm going with the killing somebody.
Actually, no. But I get that you don't understand that because you're a progressive and a buffoon and a pandering putt. F-bombs aren't that bad. I dropped one on the program today, and I may have to do it again. You never know. And killing people is bad, except killing someone who is about to kill you, who is not listening to the orders of federal law enforcement officials, well, that's self-defense. And I know that Ilhan doesn't understand that or doesn't want to understand that or want to acknowledge that, because she just wants more chaos. And that's what she is going to bring to your city. So let's just be real clear here. Let's level set, as they say. Mr. Frey, you are going to oversee the destruction of Minneapolis. Now, maybe that's what you want, or maybe you're just a tool for the real radicals. I don't know. I don't know what's in your heart. I don't even know what's in your mind other than you are just pandering. You're just terrible. All right, if you follow politics, you know everyone's got an opinion. Your group chats the pundits, and yes, even me. But on Polymarket, you get something better. Well, maybe not than me, but it's still pretty good. Real odds on what's actually likely to happen. Polymarket is a prediction market where people trade on real events, elections, debates, policy moves, and more. And it doesn't stop at politics. You'll find markets on the economy, tech, sports, pop culture, and even random internet moments that blow up for a week. It's live, transparent, and gives you a legit vibe check on what people really think. You've definitely heard about Polymarket before, so take a second and check it out. Head on over to polymarket.com right now. But again, it's not just the politicians. It's the media that does the exact same thing here. Here's Kristi Noem with Jake Tapper.
I'm just waiting for the investigation to come through. I'm wondering if you're not doing a disservice to the officer by reaching a conclusion before the investigation takes place.
I haven't heard you say once what a disservice it's done for Mayor Frey to get up and to tell ICE to get the F out of his city, and AOC to stand up before she had any of the facts and call this officer a murderer. For individuals, well, call them out, Jake. Spend as much time calling them out.
Okay.
I have provided you with facts and information to back up every single word that we have said and every single part of this investigation. And if you don't like it, that's fine. But we're going to continue to do the right thing to keep the American people safe.
Do you see what I mean about how things are different right now and you really have to acknowledge it? Like, that is right what she just said. Phoenix just said something interesting as that was playing. He said, I'm sort of amazed that Jake Tapper came this far in his career. There's something very curious, I've said it many times, about Jake Tapper. You know, he was ABC White House Chiefs correspondent before he was with CNN. And he was a respectable guy. I liked him a lot. And even when he first got to CNN, he was, look, he's obviously a Democrat, and that's fine. They're all Democrats. Do you think that Wolf Blitzer's a Democrat or a Republican? Do you think Anderson Cooper's a Democrat or a Republican? Do you think that Dana Bash is a Democrat or a Republican? Like, we could do this all day long. They're all Democrats, fine. But he was sort of a little bit better than the COVID stuff and obviously the Biden stuff, and then writing a book about the scandal that he covered up and everything. I don't know how he's come so far, but she did a great job right there. Enough. And this is what Stephen Miller has also become a master of. And who do you give the credit to all of this for? It's Trump. Trump, who just called out all of their BS from the very first time he did a debate, 10 plus years ago at this point. It's crazy how time flies. He just called out their BS, and that's what she's doing there. And I'm going to go out on a limb and guess, and we can try to find the clip, and maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I will be wrong. It'll be the first time ever. But if Jake Tapper interviewed Fry next and he really called him out on the language, I will gladly play that clip tomorrow and eat crow on it. But the point is, you did a disservice to the officer by showing the video and showing what actually happened. It's nonsense, man. Stop being such an obvious lawyer for the Democrats. You can lie and be a bull artist like 80%. Don't go up to 90%. That's where people start thinking about it.